should we get off Alien, I suppose?
Yes, I want to talk about Maxine now.
Okay, no, here's my final point. Sorry.
Fine.
All this discussion and back and forth, like, oh, what it means, oh, it's bad, no, it's actually good, and a lot of people, I'm glad, starting to point out that the Ian Holm deepfake thing was horrific, and they should have just had another guy play the robot.
Yeah.
Like, that was in a movie full of unnecessary references, that was totally unnecessary. Even more unnecessary, yeah. It should, if anything, should have been a David robot.
Yes.
Yeah, but they couldn't afford him, of course.
So they took the dead guy instead. Yeah, that's better.
Yeah, because it was cheaper. They just threw some money at his estate, you know. But then also people arguing back and forth, and all I just wanted to keep saying was just like, we would never have to have this conversation if they just made one Alien movie.
Yeah.
Or even if you had all these movies, imagine, and we've already talked about this, but imagine, and this comes back to every conversation almost, it always goes back to it. Imagine if this was just, if, it's not a good name, but imagine if it was just called Romulus.
Yeah.
And it was a movie about some people trying to escape a terrible colony in space, but they get attacked by something weird on this derelict space station, and it's a scary space monster.
That looked completely different.
Exactly, it's different. Sure, people say, oh, well, it's obviously taking a lot of inspiration from Alien. That's fine.
That's any movie where they're in space.
Exactly.
Being
like we said,
aliens.
This could have, not that would have been good either, because you shouldn't do already existing IPs, but it could have been a Dead Space movie.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, the first time I saw Dead Space, it's like, this reminds me of Alien.
It's very Alien-inspired, yes. Alien and Event Horizon are the big inspirations for that.
Exactly. But you still have Dead Space is still a separate entity
because it does something different. It's specifically about religion, you know.
Sure. Yeah. But like even on a surface level,
it's different. Yeah.
It's different enough.
Yeah.
Because they changed the shape of the alien. They changed all the names. They put a little bit of a different meaning behind it all.
Yeah. And it's not so specifically sexual. It's more just body horror.
Exactly. Yeah. Which this one wasn't either. It didn't need to be sexual. If you just removed all the sex references, it would have been fine.
But then it wouldn't be Alien.
No, and that's the point. It wouldn't be Alien, so we wouldn't have to have this issue.
But even something like Event Horizon. Have you seen that one?
Yes.
When Samuel,
ages ago.
Yeah, goes to hell through space.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is also just it's obviously inspired by Alien, with all the sci-fi gothic shit, But he made, instead of just doing ooh, it's a scary monster, he did something different with it. Does the movie work? Does the movie work completely? No. Can I understand why some people, and I mean, in general, it got terrible reviews and people didn't like it? Yes.
Sure.
But at least it did something different. At least it tried. And that's why I can respect Prometheus more in hindsight. At least it tried something different. That also could have just been called Prometheus instead of, well, it is just called Prometheus. But it shouldn't have been part of the Alien franchise.
Exactly, yeah.
Why the next one was called Alien Covenant instead of just Covenant.
Because people didn't understand that it was an Alien movie until they watched it and like, shit.
It has to be a thing you know. It has to be an old IP. We come back to this time and time again.
There's two arguments we always make.
Yeah.
First of all, don't make sequels. Don't bank on names. That's idiotic. You should try and do your own thing, and it's okay to be inspired by other things.
Yes.
Inspiration comes from what you know. And that is watching a movie and going, I can write something like this, and you write something inspired by it. It's fine, as long as you change enough details that it's not a carbon copy. It's fine. It's still original, and I'm good with that. If
Alien Romulus was called Dead Romulus or whatever, I would have said it was a decent enough sci-fi horror movie.
Because we wouldn't have had the expectations of it living up to the original Alien or any of the other Alien movies.
Yes, exactly.
That's where we end the Alien discussion. You will have to clip part of this and put it on the fucking internet again.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Maxine.